So we are in Ambert. Ambert is a 7th century fortress located 2,300 meters, about 7,500 feet above sea level, on the slopes of Mount Aragats at the confluence of the Arkashan and Ambert rivers in the province of Aragatson, Armenia. The name translates to fortress in the clouds in Armenian. And the site started as a Stone Age settlement during the Bronze Age and Urartian periods. A fortress has been built that is now obsolete. Some sources say that Umbert used to be a summer residence for kings of Armenia. The castle of Umbert and some sections of walls were constructed in the 7th century as a possession of the noble house of Kamsarakan. And Umbert was invaded in the 1070s by the Seljuk Turks, who turned it into a military base. In 1197, a joint army of Armenians and Georgians, led by General Zakarian, liberated the fortress. Under Zakarian control during the 12th and 13th century, the walls were structurally reinforced and the castle and outer buildings were renovated. The castle ruins of Umbert comprised an area of 1,500 square meters, about roughly 16,000 square feet. Its walls are constructed of roughly hewn basalt blocks set in place with mortar. Tower walls are inclined to have made it easier to fire on invaders below. The interior of the castle had 3 stories, each floor separated from one another by wood planks clinched on logs. And there were 5 rooms in the first and second floor, each arranged in a row where one would enter each room through the previous room. So we're right now in the church, which was built in 7th century. This church actually have been renovated several times, but most stones, original stones, are placed there as still come from the time that it was built in 7th century. And this is magnificent, absolutely incredible place, and the church itself. And when you look at it and you're trying to imagine how was it possible at that time in 7th century without machinery manually to build and place one stone after another, and in order to build this massive, beautiful, incredible church. So this is Umbert, Armenia, and roughly about 1 hour away from the capital of Armenia, Yerevan. And the excavations have shown that the interior of the castle and rooms were quite lavish, with elegantly carved decorations in the rooms, oil lamps, incense holders, and walls decorated with silks and brocades and with bronze, gold, and silver ornamentation. Some stuff have been lost, some have been preserved. So this is Umbert, Armenia. So right now we are going to Armenian Alphabet Monument from the ruins of the fortress we visited before. So Armenian Alphabet Monument is located in Artashavan village of Aragatson region on the western slope of Mount Aragats. And the complex was built in 2005 on the 16th 100th anniversary of the creation of Armenian alphabet. So here we are, we arrived to Armenian Alphabet Monument. The complex includes sculptures of 39 letters of Armenian alphabet, as well as the monuments to the great Armenian thinkers. All the letters and statues are made of Armenian tufa, kind of like a red colored stone. Armenian language is an independent branch in Indo-European language family. Armenian alphabet was created by Mesrop Mashtots in the year of 405. It is used in Armenia, in communities of Armenian diaspora, in Karabakh region, that is troubled region between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and in different Armenological and cultural centers. Rich literature was created in Armenian language. This is a writing of ancient, medieval, and modern civilizations. It also has its contribution in world culture. So here we are in the Armenian Alphabet Monument in Armenia, and I would like you to enjoy with me and take the tour with me and see all those letters, 39 letters that belong to the Armenian alphabet. So right now we are in the village of Sap Masala, which is a 13th century Armenian monastic complex located in the village with the same village with the closer to the same name but called Sap Masala. So monastery called Sap Masala, village called Sap Masala in the Aragatson province of Armenia. And Sap Masala is situated atop the precipitous gorge carved by the Kazakh river. Their silhouettes dominate the adjacent villages and rise sharp against the background of the mountains crowned by Mount Aragats. The main structure of this monastery, which was erected by Prince Vahe, I think that's what his name, in 1215, 13th century, and sub-cupola space predominates in the interior of the church, which is reflected in the exterior shapes of this structure. And this is beautiful, gorgeous view around the church and monastery. So we're gonna have opportunity to get inside of this church and to admire the beauty and craft that people put into creating this beautiful Church of God, and all this incredible structure made by hand with the stones brought to the top of the hill, and to build this magnificent and incredible church that's still preserved as of today. There were few restructures were done in this church, but main stones that belong to the 13th century are still visible there. But there is no service going on in this particular church, but people can come inside, light the candles, pray, and just admire the peace and tranquility, and go back to the time of the 13th century when this church has been established. So here we are in the church Sap Masala, 13th century Armenian monastic complex in the village of Sap Masala. Enjoy. usually works.